X32 and we're back playing MK11. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. This video I wanted to make to basically show you guys why it's a good thing your custom variations can't be used in ranked matches or in competitive sets or in tournaments, okay? Characters have a lot of moves, right? And if you use certain moves, right, certain combinations of moves, you can make characters really, really strong, borderline overpowered, okay? And that is what I think I have presented here with Baraka. I think I found a loadout with Baraka that you can argue is overpowered, okay? Be fair warned before you continue anywhere in this video, this is not going to be a breakdown or a tutorial or a character guide of Baraka, okay? And I won't be using any of the tournament loadouts in this video. So if you are looking for a Baraka video that, you know, had any of that information in it, this is not the video for you, okay? This is a custom loadout that I created, okay, to show why your custom variations, if done properly, can be really, really overpowered, and it's a good thing that you cannot use them in tournament settings, okay? So, first things first, there's a reason I have those moves tagged on the screen. We'll get to that in a second. So, Baraka doesn't have really crazy mix-up. He has a low starter string, back 3-1 rather, and then he has this overhead, which is back 2. Okay? Now the overhead is only -5 on block. This string by itself, back 3-1, is only -4. And if you do the full string, which is back 3-1, 2, it actually ends in an overhead, so it's low mid overhead. That string by itself is only -6. Okay? In this variation though, right, I didn't give him gutted. Okay, so your combo damage is very limited unless you have your crushing blows active. Okay, the two moves I gave him are blood lunge, back forward 2, and that's a command grab, and you can see the range on that. That is insane range. Okay, the reason that move is so strong, being that it reaches so far, is because the startup of back 2 and the startup of the command grab are rather similar, okay? They're not super similar. There are differences if you really look at it in the startups, but the blood lunge comes out so fast that, you know, it's still a guess, right? You have to either make the read and guess that I'm gonna go for the command grab and jump over it or whatever. The back 2 can be reacted to, but once you throw this option in, right, with the command grab, you're not going to want to react to that, okay? Because if you try to react and I just keep going for command grabs, you're just going to lose that 12% every time, okay? So with this command grab option, right, the opponent is forced to make a read and either guess on the command grab and jump out, or guess on the overhead and block it, and then, you know, you're -5, so now they can go for whatever offense they want to go for. But having that option of the command grab, right, the opponent can no longer, you know, live with just reacting to the overhead and then going, you know, doing whatever they want to do. They now have to make a read, right, based off of whether or not I'm going to go for the command grab or I'm going to go for the overhead. Because if they try to just react and I just keep going for command grabs, that's a free 12% every time. Alright, they're gonna have to hold that. So let's get into this string, back into this string. So back 3-1, excuse me, is his low starter string. Okay, back 3-1, 2 is the full string, and as I mentioned, that's low mid overhead. It's only -6 on block. Okay, the second move in this loadout is this. Now that move is the leg kebab. Alright, back forward 4. And hits low, as you saw. It does 7% damage initially, and then it has some damage over time that goes along with it as well. Now the damage over time will scale with the combo, as does the leg kebab itself, but the damage over time won't always be 0.2. you know, for how much it ticks for, that damage will scale with how long the combo you've done it in is. So it won't always be, I don't actually know how many times it ticks. The numbers kind of overlap, so you can't really say how much damage the move actually does in total, but it does, you know, kind of drop if you've done it at the end of a combo. The good thing about this move, though, is that it leaves the opponent standing, okay, and you're plus 30 on hit. Now, at mid-screen, alright, you notice it pushes them at that range, right, to where now they have to make that read again. Am I going to go for this overhead option, or am I going to go for the command grab, right? Once you've gotten that respect from the opponent, you can actually start walking up a little bit into that back 3 range where that back 3 will hit, and now you can add that mix up in. Okay, now, like I said, that requires a little bit of respect, because walking up to them, alright, you lose some plus frames. So the opponent does have the option of now trying to counter poke you if you try to walk up. But if you have enough respect and you've been going for the other 2 options enough, right, that frees up the ability to kind of walk into your back 3 range, and now you have that mix up to throw in as well. Okay, but the leg kebab also serves the purpose of having a built-in 50-50 off of this string, right? Because now I can do back 3-1-2, or I can do back 3-1 leg kebab. And the leg kebab is only -7 on block, also not punishable. So even if the opponent guesses right on either of those options, the most they're gonna get out of it is now it's their turn. Okay? They don't, you know, they can't punish me, they don't get a full combo punish, right? The offense is now theirs, right? So now they can, you know, counter, you know, do whatever type of counter offense they want to do, but they can't punish me for doing those options, okay? So right off the bat, just for having the leg kebab, alright, you get a move that is plus 30 on hit, leaves the opponent standing, so it eliminates their get up options, okay, and allows me to have a built-in 50-50, okay, safe built-in 50-50. Once you have enough respect off of those options, and the opponent starts waiting for, okay, is he going to go overhead or is he going to go low? And they're waiting to make that guess. This string by itself, back 3-1, is only -4 on block. So now, you can start doing stuff like staggering this and going for a grab, okay? And the grab range for Baraka is really good. So that's also useful after a leg kebab, right? Once you start walking in, you can start going for grabs as well if the opponent has that respect. But after this string, you can stagger it, right? Because you're only -4. Now, if the opponent is mashing, obviously they're going to hit you out. But if they're waiting to block one of these options, right, that frees up the ability to then stagger that string and go for a throw. Now, there's a 4th mix-up option off of that string, and that goes with the moves that I have tagged on the screen. The reason I have these moves tagged on the screen is because these are all the moves that will tick throw. Stand 1 tick throws, down 1 tick throws, stand 2 tick throws, down 3 tick throws, down 4 tick throws, 1-1 tick throws, and 4-2-1 tick throws. And there's a reason I skipped back 3. So we just mentioned that you have this built-in safe 50-50 option, right? With back 3-1-2 or back 3-1 leg kebab. Both of those options are completely safe, right? -6 and -7. I can also start staggering this at -4, and if you notice on block, right, you see his grab range, alright, you can stagger that string and go for a throw. That adds in a 3rd option. But back 3 also tick throws. So off of this low, whether I choose to go for the string or just the low itself, I have 4 different options that I can use just off of this one move to open the opponent up, right? And that is a 14 frame low, right? And it has decent range to it. Like from this range, your back 3 will hit, okay? Like right here. Oh, right there. Your bag 3 will hit, okay? So it has good range on it, alright? Decent 14 frame, good range low that tick throws, and has these built-in safe 50-50 options with this loadout, okay? Imagine if you could use this loadout in tournament. Now, granted, you don't get much combo damage unless you have your crushing blows set up, stuff like that. But even still, okay, safe 50-50 options, alright? All these tick throws, okay, these are 8 different moves, strings, normals that tick throw, okay? And just having this command grab in and of itself, being able to use this in the neutral at any point, right? From this range, I can jump in and do a command grab, you know? And then I also have this overhead, and because I have that command grab, right, the opponent's not going to be able to react to whether or not it's a command grab or an overhead. So they have to make that read. Once I get in this range, they're automatically forced to make a read as to whether or not I'm going to go for the overhead or if I'm going to go for the command grab option. It's just insane. I should probably show the type of damage that you can get if you do have your crushing blows. So 32.6% damage off of that crushing blow. Oh, that one doesn't work. 35.7% off of the down 2 crushing blow. And then 27.4% off of the forward 4-4 crushing blow. And then in the corner, you can actually get more damage. Instance, you can actually end in the leg kebab, and they don't have access to wake up options, and like I said, it sets you up for another like guaranteed 50-50. Down 2, same thing. We have to walk up a little bit. Right, 37% into a restand, no get up options, and I'm plus 30 on hit, so now I have the same safe 50-50 options. And then I can do the leg kebab off of that crushing blow in the corner as well, and get about 23% off of that into the same situation. So that's it. I just wanted to show the loadouts that you can create, and just potentially how devastating you can make a loadout if you use the right combination of moves. If you are a Baraka player, I recommend giving this loadout a try because it's really, really strong, and again, like I said, borderline overpowered. But yeah, I just want to make that video showing off an example of why it's a good thing you cannot use your tournament loadouts, or your custom loadouts in tournament settings, because if you were allowed to use a loadout like this in rank sets or in tournament competitive settings, it would be we'd be seeing some pretty crazy stuff. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.